What's going on, guys? Algebra Productions 345 here. We got part 2 of the top tools for, and then this one is going to be intermediate. So this is like the middle of the group kind of people. We're going to start out with the honorable mentions and then we'll go in from 5 to 1. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe, leave a like, share it. Also, if you guys have your top 5, leave it down below as well. I'll look through those. So this is obviously my own opinion. So let's get right into the honorable mentions. So our honorable mentions start out with a second jack. So Pittsburgh 2-ton jack. I use that for my suspension stuff. When I'm taking off my lower control arm and all that stuff, I'd use it to support underneath so I can take off the bolts, my tie rod as well. Stuff like that. Really helpful. If you guys don't have that, then it's kind of hard to take that stuff off if you're working on the ground. So definitely shout out to the second jack. Next we got a trim tool. I use this all the time to take off my interior stuff, especially for the cluster swap. It helps a lot. All the stupid clips that are very annoying to get to, this helps a lot. You can kind of pry under them and get them out easier. Next we got caliper hangers. This helped also when I was removing my CV axle a couple weeks ago, just having the caliper hanging like that. So it's easier, so you don't have to worry about where it is. Make sure your lines don't get all messed up, because then you'll have a problem. Next we got this brake pad spreader. I have not used this yet, but this is definitely in there as well. Definitely save some time. You can use the C-clamp if you want, but this definitely helps to make sure you can push the piston back easier. And then we got this, which you guys know if you guys haven't seen my video. This is my magnetic pickup tool. It's telescoping, and this is awesome. When me and my dad both dropped bolts in the engine bay, this helped us a lot, being able to grab them, bolts and nuts. So it only, I think, has like a 6 pound or 3 pound. Only has like a 6 or 3 pound lifting weight, so obviously it won't lift too much like this. Probably like 3 pounds. Yeah, it barely lifts this up, so make sure you guys aren't trying to have it lift too much up. It also has a built-in flashlight. So yeah, that's the honorable mention. So let's get right into the top 5. So number 5, starting out, we got toolboxes. I got a bunch of them over here. You guys see my Craftsman one I have here. I'm gonna bring the camera over real quick. But the Craftsman one, this is my dad's. He's had it for a while. I also have my smaller ones. Like these, I have some of my tools in. A couple of them, there's one there, one here. So toolbox is number 5. You guys want to make sure all your tools are being stored. And if you guys don't know where your tools are, it'll be very hard to find them after. Alright guys, so number 4 is lights. So we got flashlights here. Got foldable flashlight with magnetic end right here. Has a couple different levels, and then it has a smaller light. This is one of my favorite things, the headband. You put it on when you're working in the dark. Different settings. Because I figured that intermediate people would start working on cars later at night, and it's obviously very good to have a flashlight because you'll be saying some words if you're not able to see what you're doing. So definitely make sure to invest in some flashlights. These are pretty cheap. It's like a 2-pack right here. Same with these. I think these are like 30 bucks, and then these were like 20 maybe. So number 4 is flashlights. Perfect. Alright, yes, so number 3 is a torque wrench. So it's funny enough, I don't have any click style torque wrenches. I did have one, but I didn't like it. But what you can do is just get one of these breaker bars and then put an adapter on, like an electric adapter. Save you some money, but torque wrenches definitely are very important for torquing your stuff down. I have an example right here of an electric one. You guys seen the video, the SATA one versus the gear wrench. It's the 3/8 one. Basically, this is a lot easier for me because the numbers are easier to see. The screen is backlit, so when you're torquing stuff down, the screen also turns green and red when you're getting close to your torque that you want. So definitely invest in one of these. You guys don't need the electric one if you're just starting out. I just got it because it's easier for me. You can obviously use a breaker bar or the click style. Just have like a twist right here to twist. So that's number 3 for me, is the torque wrench. Alright, yeah, so number 2 personally is the intermediate OBD2 scan tool. So this is an example of one of them. Obviously there's a blue driver as well, which is very popular on Amazon. But this is an OBD MX Plus. I use this for my Dodge just because they have a program called Alpha OBD. You can kind of change some parameters. But this is a very simple. You plug this in and then plug your phone in. Picks it up on there. They have an OBD MX app, and you kind of use that with this, and it's pretty good. Has a pretty good range of stuff it picks up depending on which car you have. But pretty simple. This is about, I think, like $100, 120, 130. So this is kind of like the mid-range OBD2 scan tool. So yeah, that's number 2 for me, is intermediate OBD2 scan tool. So the honorable mention for number 1 is this, a battery jump starter. The reason I have this at an honorable mention for 1 is because I have one other thing that is definitely better than this. But this is awesome. This is a lot easier for you to jump your own car, obviously, and also to help other people on the road. I love helping people. It's my favorite thing. When I see somebody pulled over, I always try to pull over unless it's like a severe condition where I have to get somewhere. But I love helping people out, and jump starters are awesome. You can just plug this into the positive and then black to the negative. Very simple. Instead of having jumper cables, this just makes it a ton easier. This is my favorite one. The reason is because it's a jump starter. It has an air compressor. I'll show you guys that. The line for it. And then it has in the back a flashlight. And it also has an alternator tester, and it also has 2 USB-A's. You can obviously charge your phone or whatever. So this is just my thing. I love this thing. I've had this for, I think, like a couple years. I think like 3 years maybe. But this thing is awesome. I always keep it in the back of my car just in case if anybody needs help. I love helping people out. So this is my honorable mention for number 1. So guys, the real number 1 is having an Algebra Front. I know I have these books out right here. So basically, my friend Ben.
Hi, how are you?
Last year, he helped me with my car the whole time. I didn't even know how to do suspension or brakes or anything, but last year, he's kind of confused. I bought these books. This one, kind of read through it a little bit. It was alright. But then this one right here, the Haynes, this is awesome. But the thing is, Ben really helped me out. He was able to kind of like show me how to do stuff like axles. I never even done that before. Suspension, like upper control arms, lower control arms. Never done that before either. Till last year, so it was kind of ironic. Number 1 is having an Algebra Front, just because he's helped me a lot, especially with like the upper control arms and my car, because the one bolt is like behind the cowl, so you have to remove all that. So I was kind of like struggling on my driver's side. So he kind of helped me through that last year. We did the lower control arm as well. It was awesome having a second person. When I was torquing stuff, he could hold the breaker bar on the other side to make sure the nut wasn't coming loose. Awesome there. Also, it's better to have 2 sets of hands instead of 1 in terms of like struts. He was like from the top putting the nuts onto the top while I threaded it through while holding the control arm as well. So shout out to Ben. Number 1 is having an Algebra Front. These books, yeah, this book is awesome, but it's a really good read. I did read most of it, but honestly, having an Algebra Front is my favorite thing, just because he and I were able to like look at some of the, open to a random page, like we kind of like glazed through this a little bit, seeing what we had to do. And we both kind of just went for it. It was like 2 a.m., 1 a.m. We took out the impact. We were taking off my upper control arm. We had the whole car disassembled. I'm gonna have pictures up on the screen right here of some of the stuff we've done last year to the car, but when it was down, I really needed help and he was there for me. So having an Algebra Front is very important, just because if they know what they're doing, or they kind of know what they're doing, then it makes your life a lot easier. A lot of people are saying, yeah, I'm better than that, I don't need anybody else to help me. It's always good for help. I know not everybody likes being helped, but me personally, shout out to Ben. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. This is part 2 in the top 5 tools for, and this is the intermediate DIY home mechanic. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.